This is Javiii and welcome to another tutorial video. Alright, it's just a regular Thursday here at the Empire. Last night I actually sent 2 trades in the trading group. We're going to run through that. I'm going to show you what I saw and we're just going to break down the charts, etc. Let's go. Alright, so we're on the chart. This is one of the trades that I sent in the group. This is EURGBP. It's a pretty decent trade at 31 pip risk for a target of a pretty deep target actually, 123. Right, I just target that. Looking at this, it's coming up right now. It's coming up with this huge candle. Let's look at the gold. I'm just showing you the trades and we're going to analyze them, right? Break down the chart. So this is the gold trade entered right here, and my target was down here. Risk all the way up here. And the market did take profit. So it's a 56 pip risk for 88.4 pip target. Alright, so let's do gold first. When I was analyzing gold, I went to like the weekly time frame to actually look at where gold was distributed from a week perspective. I saw that it was coming down, sort of a downtrend right here. At this point, right, this area. I went over to the daily time frame now, where the market, of course, is in a downtrend. I noticed that the market was making choppy movements downwards. Still downtrend. I don't see any bullish momentum upwards or any sort of reversal. So I'm still thinking sell. When I look over here, I was looking for a possible area of where I could find an entry before I even try to sell the market. So and immediately noted a order block. I saw this bearish order block right here and I highlighted it right here. Usually when I do this, I edit the box and say daily untested order block, etc. So this is the daily time frame, so we have an order block that was tested. So I zoomed into the 4-hour time frame. I already have this area that I am looking at to get my entry. Going back to the daily time frame, bear in mind this candle right here is the day that we're in right now. This is a sell that I actually caught. Right. Zoom into the 4-hour time frame now. I noticed a channel. Market kept rejecting this trend line, and I made note of that as well. There was an area of support down here that I also wanted to make note of, so I drew a support right down below, something like that. And the market was right here rejecting this moving average. When I moved down to like the 1-hour time frame now, 1-hour time frame is where I got my confirmation. I was seeing sell, but even though I was seeing sell, the market was showing me some sort of sell manipulation as well. And I'm right on both ends. After seeing the market trickling right here and it's below my level, there was some sort of rejection in this 1-hour candle right here. I decided to enter, right? I already have my daily order block marked off. And on the daily time frame, I could see where the market would potentially reject. Right, we have rejections to the upside. Remember, it's in a downtrend. I'm looking for sells. So when I see that the market was here within this order block, I noted the market rejecting the levels, rejecting my moving averages. It kept below the moving average. Now picture this. If the market wanted to go above the trend line and even the moving average, it would not be doing this, rejecting. And even when it went above the moving average right here, with strong bullish candle enticing people to go up above, the market then made this huge engulfing candle sell below the moving averages, right? And then it start rejecting. If it wanted to go above, the market would not be sinking below the order block again, right? Apart from my daily bias, I also got my confirmation based on price action and the rejection of my structure. So when I saw that this candle rejected, right, I enter upon this candle right here, and my setup looks something like this. So upon doing that now, I noted over on the right side, this could be a level of structure on the small time frame level of structure. So alright, so on the smaller time frame, I noticed this as a level of structure right here. So I marked this off. And what I was looking at now is this could be the resistance and the market manipulate the resistance to hit the trend line. Of course, we know there were room to hit this trend line, but this probably was the level that the market should sell at. And the manipulation going above, thinking that alright, with such bullish candle, the market could break the trend line. So the market sell below. Yeah, I was looking at this as my resistance to put my stop loss above, and I was risking somewhere above 50 plus pips. And my target was at this level of support, roughly 88 pips. So this was my setup, and based on what I'm looking at, of course, my daily order block was here, so I'm expecting a sell pushing down the market for the day. Your GBP now, I noted this weekly order block that's right here, right? Obviously, there is some level of structure that could push the market upwards. So I noted that immediately after looking at it. Up in this level, there's huge resistance up here. The market is coming out of this channel, this downward channel, and it break above. So people anticipating a buy, but there's huge dense here of sell orders resting up here, pending orders, and people waiting to sell it at this point. Now, seeing these huge rejections to the upside, I'm thinking that there's a possible reversal. No, we can't know for sure as yet. That is what I was thinking at the time, right? Based on last night, the market was up here and it was rejecting up to this side. So I didn't zoom into like the daily time frame now, where I made note of this particular thing. I'm no longer looking at this weekly order block because I started having a sell bias based on the rejection and people looking for sells, missing orders out there. The market has made choppy movements coming up for weeks. So I'm thinking there's a slowing momentum. You have the selling pressure is starting to build. So I removed my weekly order block and I did make note of this area right here. The market created this engulfing candle. This candle right here engulfed this bullish candle, right? And last night the market had a buy candle right here pushing the market upwards. So when I saw that engulfing candle, I thought of a possible pullback. This could be a possible pullback to then distribute lower on the daily time frame. So in my mind now, based on the choppy movements coming up, so in momentum, all the resting orders, sell pending orders, people waiting to sell, I started to have a sell bias. And when I saw this engulfing candle from the previous day and the market actually pulling back in this new day, I anticipated that the market could potentially be a sell day. So now, if you're in the JT Empire group, you would have seen that I've had this bias for a while, for a couple weeks. You could see my outlook for like 2 or 3 Sundays ago, where I have an arrow that the market would test this here and then push downwards. And the market did push downwards, but then it came up. No, upon seeing the market coming up, I thought that probably would be started switching to a buy, right? But then the weak rejections off the level kind of show me something else. Remember, price action. The market went above, chopping people anticipating buy, people expecting the market could buy. You have the pullback, people trying to buy this. But then the market come all the way down. Now, if the market went above the level and want to buy, it will not come back under the level and start to trade below. Right? More of a trading below the moving average as well. So seeing this I saw, well, I thought this is a manipulation of this level right here. So now, based on my daily sell bias, I saw this candle forming on the 4 hour time frame. And you know where I enter? My sell order was roughly somewhere around here, right? And before I look at the take profit, I wanted to know where I could put the risk. Now, everybody know head and shoulder. I anticipated a possible head and shoulder for me based on the fact that we have already had the manipulation. We could see that the market come back up somewhere in this area to then sell further. But the fact that I entered right here, I have to gauge my stop loss based on that, right? In anticipation that the market could potentially come all the way up here. So I place my stop loss above these wicks over here. This already, I view this as a manipulation. So I'm not thinking I don't expect the market to come back all the way up here. Right? If the market come back all the way up here, then it's going to buy. That's in my mind. So I put my stop loss round about this area above the wick. And my target was somewhere down here in this area. It was about 120 pips or something around that. right? That's where my target, well, my target is currently, right? And the market now shoots back up. We're in the New York session, so the market shoots back up. So this is what I actually saw. Using price action, using my structure, I know certain concepts as to how market manipulates the structure. Alright, so back to the real setup now. This is where I was talking about where I had the arrow. This was about 2 or 3, about 2 Sundays ago where I did the outlook. Right. Um, this market went about 60 pips. It's arrow roughly halfway of the whole move, around 64.3 pips. Right, and the whole move is 124. Right, so it's about halfway. So at this point is where we probably take like half of a position or most of a position, and then you just leave the rest to run. Right? So it's a pretty decent trade. It's still in motion. We could still see the market, this is just like a retracement, and then you see the market then sell lower. Right? You could see something like that. And with the gold trade now, this was a 84 pip target. Yeah, 88.4 pip target. And then the market hit the take profit, went a little bit lower, and then it came above, around about the time when New York kicks in.
Yeah, so with that said, guys, learn the skill, guys. It works wonders. This is Javiii. Peace.